Hello everyone, welcome back to Making Richie Rich. So today's video we're going to be looking at the bots and the Betfair trading and how things have been going there. Quite a few new ones sort of floating around, and Nathan's has been very successful. Nathan in my Discord group, he has been importing tips every day, and then all you have to do is download the file and add it as a tip, import the file into the tip into BF Bot Manager, and it will get on all those selections on the horses that day. And it's been really good. The only problem is it's a lot of work, and Nathan also has a job in between. So we've all been trying to buy him a wee pint here and there on the Discord because he has been doing a lot of work for it, and we've been making profit from it, so it's only right. But football season's coming up, so I wanted to get back into that. I've got my over 0.5 from last season that I will be restarting, and I hadn't been running it just because over the summer I wanted to test a few different ones, and just as I said before in other videos, just experiment with different stuff. It was doing a lot of work on dutching, with the greyhounds and forecast markets. So a lot of stuff I'm still playing with and tinkering with, and some has been successful. So I think we'll go and we'll see if we've made Richie rich. See you in a second. And welcome back. So here we go. We've got our BF Bot Manager loaded up, and we'll just quickly go through sort of some of the things that I've had running. These ones at the top in the green, these are Nathan's. So we've got his lay system, which had been going really good. £190. I restarted at one point, but £230 overall profit since running that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He hasn't been able to do any for the last few days just because, he has a work and a life, and it is quite time consuming. So if work's busy for him, he can't put them in, which is fair enough. It's just something he's doing in the Discord for free, so we can't expect anything of him, but it has been going pretty well. He also started another one on a sort of Dutch system, using recovery. Was it on backing? Yes, so it was backing them. And then I've got my football one here, which I'm going to start today. It's on the over 0.5 market, which last season had performed really well. So I'm going to start it today. I think a lot of friendlies are on this week. I think the English League's back. Premier League is back next weekend, if I remember. So I have that up and running. I've got my old trusty back to Fiat Place recovery. Again, performing great. £202 profit. I think it was at a loss at one point when I restarted that. But it's done 4,748 races, and 53% strike rate. So basically that's saying that the favourite places 50% of the time. There's a couple of different ways you can maybe look at doing this. I think this is currently on, I just got lost there, 29p. So 5p stakes, selection conditions. Yeah, so it's just a straight recovery. Some of the other ones that I've been doing is, instead of using recovery, you use what's called a staking plan. What you're essentially doing, well, I'll show you it actually further down here actually. So back to favourite place recovery, back the third and fourth to place. It's just the Dutch staking plan that I was talking about. Oh, nice. Double win there. What I like about that is you set the amount. So I actually have overall loss recovery on that, but that doesn't work. So I don't know why that's even in there. Reverse recovery staking plan. So after, what it does is it doubles up. So if you have it at 10p or 4p, it is there. It means on the next one, it will automatically go to 8p, and it'll split the 8p between the two selections. So we go over to our bets. There you go. It was 4p. Okay, but it's split the 4p between the two odds, and you got double win because they must have finished first and second, so they both placed, which can happen, which is great. Other times you just get a quick win. So there is some recovery due on that. Maybe the overall loss recovery does work. Yeah. So we got that one for the fourth place. But it's made £27. I'm trying to think when I started this one. The 26th of July. So that's where that's at. It's 26th of July. Later forecast. Somebody in my Discord group asked me to check this out. They said they had been having some success with this, or they heard someone having some success. So I started it up. So it's on 10p stakes. And what it's doing is laying the forecast between odds of 15 to 20. It's done now 1,163 trades, and it's got an 89% strike rate. That was at 90 a few days ago, so maybe a few losses the other day that maybe brought that down. But you can see it working. High odds there though, so if that one was to lose, that could potentially wipe out your profit right there. But it does have a high strike rate. What you can do is maybe limit your recovery to 50% or go lower stakes. So if we want half of that at 5p, you're talking £45 profit. Most strategies, I always say it's about managing bankroll, and it's something we talk about a lot in the Discord group, is greed. We want to put, we see a strategy going well, so what we'll do is we'll increase stakes, but we don't increase the bankroll to go with it. And then it hits a bad spell, and all of a sudden you've lost a lot of money. And it's common. So common. What you're best doing is having 1p's and 2p's spread out over a number of bots. Maybe bringing in £1, £2 a day. But that adds up. If you're 10 bots all earning £10 or £1 a day, £10 a week, or £10 a day from across them, 7 days a week, that's £70. And you let your bankroll build up. And then what do? You go to 2p. You're able to increase it. All of a sudden, then you're bringing in £140 a week. It's all about starting small. People want to jump in and make millions, and it will not happen unless you've got the massive bankroll to go with that. Fair play. If you've got about 10 grand, crack on. You can run all these big stakes, making a couple of £100 a day. But most people aren't going to want to risk that. So I always advise start small. I actually advise anybody who joins my Discord, run these bots in simulation, get a feel for them, run them and see, right, how do they perform? So look for when it goes bad, right? How much did I lose when it did go bad? Can I afford that? If you can, that will give you an indication of saying, right, that's the bankroll I need for that strategy. You're going to be running a few strategies, so you need to make sure you've got enough to cover if both go wrong at the same time. And with the Betfair world, and as I say, the Betfair gods, sometimes they will do that. You can have two bots go wrong at the exact same time. You've got bots that'll perform great and never really go wrong. But as long as you have the bankroll there, that is always key. But anyway, that's my waffle. My dog ones, I've been quite fond of this one. Touching the favourites 1 to 2. I started that on the 30th of June. £145 profit. It did have one bad day, hence why it shows £96.71. And I restarted it, but it came back. Hence the loss there. I think it was minus £50. But I think I'd set it up wrong, and it just went a bit wrong, and I fixed it. But again, came back in profit, still £100. So that's basically for the month, £100 on that. Again, what that's doing is touching the favourite. So the first and second favourite, we'll look at it here. And on a first cover staking plan, so a cycle plan. So basically what it's doing, as I was saying above, 14 losses. So once it's at 14 losses in a row, it just resets. why this is good over a recovery plan is, or overall loss recovery. Overall loss recovery just keeps going, and it can get crazy. This here's on 14 cycles, so you can control how much you're gonna have to lose. So you can work out on my old chart where it goes 2p, and then the next one will put 4p on, and then 8p, and then 16, and it just doubles. Instead of just overall, when you're using recoveries based on odds, and then the recovery could be massive, and then it loses because it's got short odds. So there's things like that. So I have been really happy with this. You can set this for, I have it 50p, so it's 25p in each one. 55% strike rate, and it's done over 1,400 races since I did the restart, and it's been £145. Half that to 25p, you're talking, what's that, £75? Half that again. You know, it's all about your bankroll and what you can afford. It's been really good. This one's been doing similar over 2, 3, and 4. Nice wee win there, as you can see. So that's a perfect example of how that works. Where it'll build up, and this one here put on 126. So it must have been 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got the loss recovery on this. So it won there, £1.33, put on odds of 6 and won £6.60 back. Recovered what it lost there. It's a slower one, this one. Less risk because you're getting on 3. You're getting on the second, third, and fourth. You can do it with first, second, and third, but the profits aren't as good because usually the odds in the favourite are a lot shorter, and it means you're putting on less, and it's a lot slower. So I went for second, third, and fourth on this, and £24 profit over 1,200 races. So slightly less risk in terms of even the money that you're putting on. But this is why I say when you're running these, any of these, you can check them out in simulation mode and see what suits you, what your bankroll will allow you to do. If it's a case of you only doing one to start off with, just do one. You know, don't be looking at everybody else and thinking, oh, but they're making this amount of money. People have came at this at different times in their life. They're at different stages. They know what bankroll they have. They know what to do. Start out, if you're just starting out, start out small. And then my each way one has been probably one of my favorites. So what you're doing is you're dutching the horses each way, 1 to 3 favorites. But I have strict parameters of what it gets on. So it gets on generally between horse races between 7 and 10. The reason why, because if there's 7 horses, there's 3 places. If you go below 7 horses, there's only 2 places. Sometimes if it's been a big race and a few horses have pulled out, they still keep the 3 places on lower horses in the race, but there's no guarantee of that happening. And you want a chance of all 3 placing. That's when you make great money. So I've had that happen quite a few times where, you know, it's up and it's maybe put £2, £3, splitting between the 3 of them and all 3 place. And then you just, yeah, that's where you make your profit. £194 profit since starting this. I remember at one point, I think it went up to £20 and I panicked. I didn't realize it was going to go so high. So again, that's why it's good to start in sim mode sometimes to make sure that you have everything set up right. And thankfully it came in and it was a great win. But yeah, this is what I'm currently running at the moment. And what I'm going to do is each month is I'm going to just reset them. So you can see how much it's been making each month. So I'm going to do that now. Pause all and restart all strategies. Boom. So it's back to square one. And then each month we can see how well it's done for the month. Okay. And people can keep checking in. So if anybody's interested or enjoyed this video at all, remember just to give a like. If you have any ideas at all about strategies to maybe test and try, please leave a comment down below. if anybody's interested in joining the Discord, just send me over an email. All the details will be down below as well. Again, I've been using this on a VPS, and for people who are wanting to run BF Bot Manager, I say it's the best way to do it. One, you're not losing. I better start all these actually. One, you're not using your own computer or laptop and your own electricity, and you will spend more money running this all day on your electricity than you would paying for a VPS for the month. So it makes sense, and you can log in anywhere on your phone. And I've got a video up how to set the VPS up, and it's just so easy and cheaper. So all the links for that are down below as well. I have a code for it, so you will get discount. So if you are looking into a VPS, use my code. I'll get a kickback as well. Woohoo! But there we go. That's this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.